Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We spoke about the tributes to the Dubai chef who passed away, the Dubai 7's theme reveal, and Ozempic versus exercise debate.
It was a good day to start the week, so don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcast from, and enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. So excited to wake you up on this Monday morning. Our top stories. Tributes pour in for the Dubai-based chef who passed away in London after an attack.
The UAE ranks #1 globally in women's advancement in 33 indicators.
Dubai 7's 2024. We're going to be unveiling the theme in this show.
And as well, you guys, I don't know if you want a clue, but sunnies are a clue. So Dubai real estate CEO gifts property to his daughter for her 18th birthday.
And Ozempic versus exercise, the 3-time Olympian Sarah Lindsay is going to be sharing her thoughts on that later on in the show at about 8:50.
It is 331 days since the genocide began on October 7 in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 40,738. The number of injured people is 94,154, and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
In today's rapid weather report, it's highs of 42 degrees Celsius today with humidity at 56%. Now, today is the day. It's new season energy, and we are most excited for an announcement coming up later on in the show. Lovin Dubai are the proud media partners of the Emirates Dubai 7's 2024. It is our absolute favorite sporting event of the year, and in about 15 minutes' time, we shall, right here, announce the theme of this year's events. Now, these are a bit of a clue for you. I don't know if they are a clue for everyone, but it's very hard to decipher what the clue might mean for you. But this is a clue.
I mean, let us know, guys. Let us know in the comment section below. Do you guys, what do you think the theme is going to be? Of course.
We'll announce it later.
We will. Speaking of that, tell us about tell me about the rock band Oasis, because I don't have a lot of background about them.
Well, Oasis were one of the biggest bands of the 90s. Supersonic, Wonderwall, like some of the best tunes. And they broke up. There was a rift in the family. And all of a sudden they announced that they were coming back for a tour. First, it was a bit of a teasing moment because people were like, oh, they're getting back together, but they're coming back for one tour, which means the tour tickets are gold dust. Now, if you thought Taylor Swift tickets were gold dust, this has been an absolutely phenomenal weekend. I think it was Saturday. Tell me more if you were one of the people in the queue. But what happened was they had people going into the queues, hundreds of thousands of people. This was just someone on my stories, Irene Street Style, but like so many people I was following were in the queue for these tickets. 300,000 people, 400,000 people. But slowly but surely, what happens is they were raising the prices, but people were getting tickets. So people I know, they managed to get them. But could you imagine if you get into a queue for your favorite artist, you're 300,000 people back. Are you waiting?
Of course. I mean, I do understand, because this is a different scenario, right? I mean, it's a band that was very prominent and famous in the, let's say,
huge 90s, absolutely right? Massive 90s band.
And
can't beat them.
They broke up, sadly, and of course, out of nowhere, which can be shocking to the fans. So if they are gonna come back, not only as a band, it's like for the tour, and God, we don't know, are they gonna get back together after the tour? Are they not? Are they gonna release a song? Are they not? People don't know, but people would want to relive the experience of the band.
Yeah. So people were willing to pay, and so ticket prices started to go up. Because I think Ticketmaster has changed but it's not for the ticket sellers. So this is going to go back to the band themselves. So the prices went up as people continued to search for the tickets. And as you got closer, so you're paying rather than £150, £160, it's going up to £400, £500. But people are still paying it.
Of course.
Because you cannot beat that live band, favorite band live experience.
100%. Because you know what? It's like a band that broke up, right? And they are thinking in a very businessy way. Right? It's an exclusive event. For example, if I want to relate to, I would say, the people who love the band Oasis in the 90s and so on, I want to relate. We have, for my generation, the band One Direction.
Right.
They broke up.
They did.
They did. And oh my God, when they broke up, it was a disaster for everyone until this day. My TikTok is filled with like, oh my God, they are going to get back together. Oh my God, Zayn liked Harry's picture. Oh my God, this is that. Oh my God.
Have we not moved on from that?
No, not at all. Not at all. And if that would happen, that would be the ultimate, I would say, moment for the newer generation. It's like maybe they're like a different, maybe they are like same but different, I would say.
You know what, you're so right. That's such a smart comparison because it's literally the same because they were the bands of the mid-noughties. But I'm just lucky I've got some, people were in the queue for hours. One of my friends was 262,000 in the queue. People had like families and families and families all hunting for these tickets, and they're hoping that more will be announced. But that was this Saturday in Dubai was taken up by that. It's 8:35 and we're going to jump into our top story of the day. This broke over the weekend, and our thoughts and prayers are simply with the family of Chef Muzzy Umnetu, who was the head chef at the Brasserie in Dubai, the Arts Club, and he was found unconscious with a severe head injury in Queensway near the Notting Hill Carnival in London.
Police reports claim Chef Muzzy passed away on Friday at the hospital due to the injuries he sustained on Monday evening. Detective Brian Howie said his family and friends and colleagues in London, Dubai, Sweden, and as well Eritrea are inconsolable after receiving the worst news imaginable, according to the BBC.
Another sad story, 32-year-old mother Cher Maximum was stabbed and also passed away. The Metropolitan Police Commander Chairman Brenya said the deaths had been devastating, of course, for both families, and they were both now being treated by the force as murder investigations.
It was revealed earlier this week that 8 people were stabbed and hundreds were arrested at the Notting Hill Carnival. London's Metropolitan Police have as well charged 2 people suspected of carrying out each assault.
Notting Hill Carnival also released a statement which you can read on our page. Our thoughts and prayers are simply with the Dubai chef who passed away, and we just send our blessings to his family. In this sad story, it's shocking to see that something good can something so horrific could come from something so good. 8:37, we're going to jump into our next story. It's always amazing to talk about women advancement, especially when the UAE is involved, and that's why this story got headlines last week.
Well, the UAE ranks number 1 globally in women's advancement in 3 indicators in the 2024 Gender Inequality Index released by the United Nations Development Program, which is UNDP. The UAE has advanced to the 7th position globally, up from the 11th place in 2022 and a remarkable jump from the 49th in 2015. As the UAE's commitment to gender equality is evident across various sectors, women make up 66% to the public sector workforce, with 30% in the leadership roles and as well 15% in technical and academic positions.
So we're making moves. There's more to go, but we're certainly making moves. In the education sector, women constitute 75% of the workforce, while in the health sector we account for at least 35%. The UAE has set an example by appointing women to key leadership positions. The country has also appointed 9 female ambassadors since 2009, with women making up 30% of the diplomatic corps.
As well, by prioritizing gender equality and creating an enabling environment for women to thrive, the UAE has set a new standard for the region and the world, which I would want to say I'm so proud of, because I love how the UAE is always putting women under the spotlight.
Right, it's always a conversation. When you're discussing what it's like living in the UAE with the West, and they'll say, "Oh, but are you allowed to wear whatever you want? Can you drive?" Like all these really archaic views, and it's so true that I think in the last decade you've seen a massive shift towards female empowerment in the region. We've actually gone the other way, but when you look at the stats here, with 30% women in leader positions, that can certainly be more. But it's amazing to see that we're more than men in terms of public sector workforce, which is phenomenal. So making big moves, and I think it's something that the UAE is continuously working on. And progress is the name of the game. It's okay if we're not perfect, but to see these leaps absolute leaps. They're not small steps, they're leaps every single year. I think it's amazing.
And as well, I think that a lot of things contribute to that is the fact that the UAE has given women a lot of rights. It's very safe for women here in the country, whether they are walking at night, whether they as well have rights if, let's say, they have gone into, let's say, a dispatch between a woman and a man, and the man is, let's say, at fault, the UAE will be actually standing with the woman. And as well, a lot of things, there are like laws with the mandatory female representation that is actually implemented all across the workforce. And as well, there is in 2015, the National Strategy for Women's Empowerment was launched, which as well really, I would say, really helped across. So I would really say, just like as a woman in the UAE, all of these things make me really proud to be part of the nation.
Absolutely. Speaking of being proud to be part of the nation, our favourite event of the year is coming, Emirates Dubai Sevens, and today we're unveiling the ultimate theme for the event. So exciting news ahead. The biggest sports and entertainment festival of the year, Emirates Dubai Sevens in the Middle East, is back, and this year the theme is, drumroll please, Festival Fever. Yes, it is. So if you love festivals, think Coachella vibes and get your outfit ready, get the crew together. Lovin Dubai is a proud media partner for this exciting event. It's going to kick off on November 29th until Sunday, the 1st of December. And of course, it is back at Dubai's iconic Seven Stadium on National Day weekend.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's really exciting because this year's festival theme, as we have mentioned, it's called Festival Fever, and as Casey has mentioned, it's Coachella vibes. Like, I mean, look at these. Like,
where is your bucket hat? We need bucket hats. We need bright shirts. We need sequins. We have failed this morning. We need to be more festival vibes.
We did. We actually, I actually did. I realized I failed the moment I opened my closet, and I'm like,
we need to go festival shopping.
We need to. I'm like, oh my God, like, why wasn't I aware of this before? I would have went shopping and I would have gotten something that is more Coachella and more like just like cutesy and nice, because as always, they've got something for everyone, and you can look forward to world-class international sports, live entertainment from A-list headliners, top-notch hospitality, and exciting family activities, including the biggest kids zone yet. So for a premium experience, do not miss out on their new feature, which is an exclusive access to a VIP garden and a fantastic entertainment lineup. So music lovers, you will get to enjoy a mix of local and international DJs, artists performing across 3 stages and as well throughout the weekend.
Okay, so on your radar coming up soon, we will be looking forward to 2 A-list headliners on Saturday and Sunday night. We do not have the names yet, but stay tuned, they will be announced. Families, don't miss, as Farah said, the largest kids zones yet. This is going to have fairground rides, skill sport games and inflatables. And there's also spaces available for Wadon, which is the Wadon 3, which is the fitness at the Emirates Dubai Sevens, and Rebound, so paddle tennis at Dubai Sevens as well. Your entry fee will grant you access to the entire festival weekend, and you can get them now.
Well, if you guys are not convinced, or if you guys are convinced, tickets are available now at EmiratesDubai7s.com, starting from 425 dirhams for a day ticket or 325 dirhams for people of determination. So don't forget to get your tickets now and join for a weekend of unforgettable sports, music, and fun. To be honest with you, it's like really nice, like saying like football and like cute sports games and music, and have them all combined in one.
I mean, it's Sevens rugby, which is such a fast game. It's so great to watch. I've been to the Sevens, I think, most years since I moved to Dubai. I'm 10 years in. I've probably went about 8 times. And it literally, as they say every year, it's got something for everyone. And what I like this year is the theme being festival, right? Because what does that mean to you? Because as soon as I hear festival, growing up in Ireland, summer festivals, you're thinking wellies, you're thinking umbrellas, you're thinking face wipes to get rid of the mud. However, when I think of what people think of festival now in the UAE, when it's sunny weather, it's a different vibe.
It is for me, because I've always seen Coachella all over my, like social media, because we didn't have TikTok back then. And I would always be like, oh my God, I wish we had Coachella here and so on. And the fact that this is kind of like giving me Coachella vibes, and I would definitely go there, and I would definitely like go shopping for an outfit to go there, because I would really want to experience Coachella. Maybe this is the closest that I can experience.
You know what I can't wait though is I can't wait to see how the groups do this, because the fun thing about Sevens is like you get your friends together and everyone goes in a theme and everyone goes in the same type of vibe. So like you'll always have like cowboys and Indians, you'll have like, you know, Super Mario Kart running around in like hilarious costumes, but how they'll put this into group form, I cannot wait to see. But you've got plenty of time to plan it. Get your tickets now and get excited. It's coming up on National Holiday Weekend. Before we jump into our next story, the Lovin Dubai newsletter has got a major refresh. So if you're looking for a way to sun social media, but you still want your daily dose of news to your inbox every day, you can subscribe now to the Lovin Dubai newsletter.
And if you want to subscribe, don't forget, because you will be able to find the sign up link. It's our link in bio on Instagram. After that, I want to ask you guys a question, and I want to ask you something, Casey, is that if you had an 18-year-old daughter, and it's her birthday, what would you gift her?
I think I would think about what she wants. I would think about what I have to give. It's a bit of an open-ended question. Why?
Because this Dubai real estate CEO gifts property to his daughter for her 18th birthday.
Lucky girl.
Lucky girl. I don't know. You guys need to tell me your thoughts, your honest thoughts about this, because in a remarkable show of love and foresight, Pavan Lalvani, the founder and CEO of Uber Homes Real Estate, gifted his daughter a property in Dubai for her 18th birthday.
So, you know, this decision reflects his vision for providing his daughter with the best possible start in life, absolutely, and she now has a valuable asset as she embarks on adulthood.
I mean, that's very smart. So Lalvani's choice to gift a property not only showcases his wealth, but also highlights the cultural significance of securing family legacies through real estate.
Can I tell you what this reminds me of?
Tell me.
Did you watch that MTV show, and it was like My Sweet 16?
Oh, yeah.
And it was like these rich people basically having their birthdays, and they would get these, you know, it would always be about the car. So you'd have the party, and then the mom and dad would walk in with the keys, and the Range Rover would be sitting outside. And this is like another level. This is like if Dubai did My Sweet 16, My Sweet 18, and passing over an apartment.
Just don't give people ideas, because if that's going to be the case, it's going to be like, oh my God, seriously, mom and dad, like that's what you gifted me on my 18th birthday, a cake? A cake? It would be disappointing. I mean, I don't know. This is a very smart investment.
It's a smart investment.
It's a smart investment. I don't know. Like,
I think if you have it, gift it. Like you asked me before what I would give my 18-year-old, and I know we say it's really important to work for things, and it's really important to understand the value of money, but we have no idea what's going on in this family in terms of like, I'm sure that that's there as well. And if the dad is this successful and that he owns his company, then I'm sure the hard work ethic is there in the family, and understanding real estate and investments from a young age, if that, you know, he's also giving her the gift of responsibility. Exactly. So, you know, we don't, you know, is it a gift plus now you have to run it, now you have to Airbnb it, now you'll live in it, now you'll have to, you know, live off the proceeds? We don't know. If I had it to gift, of course I would. We would all give anything we could to our kids. But if you don't, does it set an unreachable standard for others?
I mean, look, maybe. I don't know. But you guys have heard all of the wise words from the one and the only Casey. I agree with whatever you said. I'm just going to leave it there because honestly, you're right. I'm going to say that.
Fabulous. That's there. My favorite words. Casey, you're right. Okay, it's 8:48 and we're going to talk about Ozempic versus exercise. We're very excited to welcome three-time Olympian Sarah Lindsay onto the show after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Thank you, Farah, for those kind words.
Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Sarah Lindsay, a three-time Olympian and founder of Roar Fitness, known for her training top celebrities. Sarah is also a passionate advocate against the use of Ozempic for weight loss, which is the topic we're going to delve deep into today. Welcome to the show, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, ladies.
Thank you so much for being here because honestly, as Casey has mentioned before the show, this is a topic that we're very excited to talk about. But before we talk about Ozempic, as a three-time Olympian, how do you reflect on the time that you devoted to sport?
I mean, it was my whole life. It was, 20 years. And it's been quite a while since I've retired, so it seems like a long time ago, but at the same time, kind of like yesterday. But a very different life to now, for sure.
It's interesting. So you went from being an Olympian, and the question is kind of like, time devoted to fitness. You know, and you've obviously worked with celebrities. You're recognized as a celebrity trainer. So when you work with them and the time that's expected to kind of achieve that body, what is expected from us when you're working with us and celebrities? Like, what do we need to achieve fitness time-wise?
I mean, it's 3 times a week. You know, people expect to have to do running every day and be really strict with their food. But actually what I'm asking of people is just 3 hours, 3 times a week, which has got all the results, which is, you know, what we're known for ultimately. So it's not this huge time commitment. You need to recover. It's not just, you know, train more and more and more and eat less and less and less, because where does that go? It's, you know, you need to train hard, you need to recover, train hard, recover. I need you to come in with energy, not being tired.
3 times a week. I'm done.
That's all.
I'm writing notes in my head. I'm literally like, I'm actually, you know, I'm thinking because like you have trained celebrities like Ellie Goulding, Piers Morgan, and so on. So what are like the biggest challenges that you face? Because of course it's like not that easy if, you know, when training big celebrities. And what's the biggest mistake that we all are doing as a collective?
I actually think what I just said, the fact that everybody's trying to just do more and more and more and making themselves really tired. And I think that sort of perception of what you really have to do, you know, it is a lifestyle, it is a commitment to achieving the goal, but I think it's far easier. Once you know what to do, it's far easier than people expect. But everybody has something that's going to get in the way, you know, something that makes it difficult for them. And I think a big part of our job is finding solutions for that, whatever it is.
Well, that's the thing. We all have that mind block. Everyone has that one thing. And I think if someone's watching now, I think the hardest part of the fitness journey is starting it. So to anyone watching now who is there and, you know, we want to be in our routine, we want to get better, what advice would you impart with us as people who want to start that journey?
I think it is that nervousness to walk into the gym in the first place. I think that is the hardest bit for people. And I think sometimes you just have to bite down and take that first step. I understand how daunting that can be, but please remember that everybody in the gym started at some point. They're not all experts. You think you're going to look around and everybody knows what they're doing and you're the only one that doesn't. But once you've got into this journey and you do understand what to do and you do understand how to train, then you walk into a gym and look around and you think, oh, actually, most people are doing it wrong. You know, so you just need the knowledge, you just need a bit of education and a bit of understanding, and I think it helps you sort of get past that first barrier.
Fear.
I mean, I love that you said that, because of course, like I've gone to the gym a lot of times and I'm like, oh my God, are people judging me? Do I know what am I doing? And as well, there's a question that I would like to ask. Like, for example, like there's a huge misconception that we need to be like healthy throughout, like, you know, for like the rest of our lives, and that if we break off, like, you know, like let's say our diet or our healthy eating habits for like a certain period of time, which can be due to emotional stress or things that we are going through, it's like, oh my God, it's all gone, and then you lose all of the motivation. So what is like the one misconception regarding that you would like to tackle?
Well, I think once you get out of a habit, so like it takes some time to build a habit and, you know, make those sort of healthy choices every day. And it's always going to be beneficial to be as healthy as possible. You know, underlying whatever you're doing, you know, optimal health has to be a goal for longevity and feeling good all the time. But you know, if you take a holiday, everyone has breaks. You know, you take a holiday or you get sick or you can't train or you have an injury. It wasn't a waste of time. You know, the time that you've put in and the time you've served training and eating well, of course, still impacts your body. And people talk a lot about muscle memory. It's something that's quite familiar with people. But you can still get back in and usually pick up quite close to where you left off. You know, your cardio conditioning will drop off after a couple of weeks, but you can pick that up in 2 or 3 sessions. That, you know, comes back very quickly. And the last thing to go is your strength. So you hold on to that strength for, you know, potentially years. So don't worry, it's not all lost. Just get back in as soon as you can, you'll be fine.
You know, I think it's important that we started this conversation discussing health and habit building, because now Ozempic has entered the chat, Mounjaro has entered the chat. Can you just describe to our audience what they are and what are they used for?
Well, there's this obviously a huge craze now in these weight loss injections, and so many people are using them, which I think is the real issue. You know, there's a couple of scenarios where I think, you know, it definitely has its place, and if advised by a doctor or for somebody that is either significantly overweight and really does need that help. And I think the other situation is where if somebody has really bad overeating habits that's happened for a long time, it can potentially get you out of that if you take it for a period of time. But what I see is abuse. I see thin people wanting to be thinner. And I thought we'd moved past this. It was very dated, I think, to want to be as thin as possible. And, we kind of moved forwards and we wanted to be strong and healthy, and we have embraced different body types. And we seem to have taken this massive step back, because the thing with these weight loss drugs are that it does get faster results. It does happen quicker. You do lose weight. So it's very tempting for people that have tried lots of different things and they're just not managing to get the result. And I completely understand that. And you see other people around you. So of course it's tempting, but you have to bear in mind the long-term implications of this. One, we don't really know what they are. But secondly, you're losing muscle. 100%. If you lose weight that quickly, you will also lose muscle. And people don't necessarily want to be, muscular, if you like. But, you get to a certain point in your life, especially for women, where it becomes so important. The biggest thing you can do for anti-aging is to gain muscle and improve your metabolism. You need to be able to eat as much food as you can to get as much nutrients into your body to be as healthy as possible. And the more muscle you have and the higher your metabolism, the more food you can eat.
Right.
So if you reduce that and you reduce your metabolism, you can't eat food or lots of food without gaining weight. So then you end up not eating very much and being malnourished. And that comes with a host of diseases that I think, as personal trainers, we're going to have to pick up the pieces.
This is a conversation that needs to be had for sure.
Agreed, and as well because we have seen with the Ozempic or Mounjaro, when people who are using it or having the injections, they have the Mounjaro or Ozempic face of this sudden. So what do you think? What causes that sudden drop in their faces?
The very fast weight loss. The fact that it's so quick. You lose weight from everywhere, you lose muscle, and also muscle from your face. How hard are we working to keep our faces youthful? But when you remove all the fat tissue, that obviously also comes from your face as well. And that sudden loss and that loss of elasticity will make the skin drop. And nobody wants that, everybody, like I say, especially here, we're all working so hard to stay looking young and youthful. But really, underneath all of that comes from your health. It comes from the nutrients that you manage to ingest. So, yeah, it's just trying to, I think, point out all the sides to this so people can make a more educated decision instead of that sort of knee-jerk reaction to hearing something good or feeling bad that day and thinking, right, I'm just going to take this route. There are better ways to do it.
But that's the thing, and it's important to have the conversation that we're in no way advocating the use of Ozempic for weight loss from this side, but it's also understanding that weight is such a sensitive topic for people, and when someone feels like they've tried everything and you're looking at these people on Instagram, that they're using it and you want to say, okay, I want to use it, but I want to approach it logically as well. Yeah. Have you had anyone come to you and say, I want to try this because I feel like I'm at the end of the road in terms of weight loss, I can't achieve it, but I want to do it in a safe way? Has that conversation come up? And if so, is that possible?
Yeah, it's come up a lot, and I will do my best to talk people round because I can prove that you don't need to do that. But if somebody is going to take Ozempic and they do want to go down that route, the two sort of main bits of advice, you have to eat plenty of protein and you need to weight train. Forget trying to do the other things that, maybe traditionally you've believed will help you lose weight, like doing lots of cardio. That's only going to make your situation worse. You're going to lose more muscle. So the best thing you can do for yourself is try and maintain your body composition as far as the muscle mass goes and keep weight training. Just keep stimulating the muscle as much as possible and hopefully you'll maintain more of that while your body loses body fat. So lots of protein, lots of lifting.
Can I just ask, I'm very aware of Ozempic. I've seen it in the media for a couple of months now. However, I mentioned it to a friend and they hadn't heard of it. So I'm just wondering, in your position, how common is the conversation? How many people are talking about it? Is it, are a lot of people talking about it, thinking about taking it?
I think it's, I'm writing articles about it every day. I'm getting asked by the press and media to talk about it more than anything. It's a real sort of buzz subject. I don't know how long it's going to last. I hope we move past it, but I hope we don't have to wait until things start to go wrong for people before we do that. I just want some more education to come out and for people to have, like I said, a better understanding of the long-term implications. So fingers crossed, but yeah, it's a huge subject. Everybody's talking about it at the moment because it's the thing that's really changing for people.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of education, I'm sorry to say this, but I need to bring TikTok to the chat. I mean, I am on TikTok, like most of my day I'm on TikTok, and I see girls using Ozempic, and as well they go oh, you know what, I don't have breakfast, I have this drink of they mix weird things together, and it apparently really helped them lose a lot of weight, because right now the trend all over is being skinny. And something that model Carly Kloss has mentioned, it's nothing feels as good as, nothing tastes better than skinny.
Yeah, I think that was originally a Kate Moss.
What do you exactly?
I remember seeing it when I was 16 on someone's wall in school, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Literally, it's that's the only thing that comes to your head. So what do you think of these TikTok trends of oh yeah, you know what, do this, have Ozempic, and do this kind of workout, and you will look amazing.
You have to remember that TikTok is clickbait. Ultimately, people are trying to go viral. People are trying to get more hits, and a lot of the time, the more negative you post, or the more controversial you post, of course it's going to get more hits than if you just say nice things and give people, positive encouragement. So you have to bear this in mind when you look at these things. It's not necessarily the truth. We all know the sort of smoke and mirrors that go on with social media. So I think take it with a pinch of salt. And use your brain. Logically, does that sound like it's, I don't know what's in this concoction, but does it sound like it's a healthy thing? You have to value your health. People don't care when they're in that desperate moment of wanting to lose weight, and I get that, but you have to think about your health more importantly than anything. If your body isn't healthy, then if you want to lose body fat, it won't happen as easily. If you want to gain muscle, that won't happen as easily. All those things really do come into play, and you really do need to pay attention to them if you want your body to respond to what you're asking it to do, not just these short-term fixes.
Do you think there are use cases for Ozempic for weight loss?
I think, like I said, if somebody's extremely overweight, then yeah, because there's a whole host of things that can be a problem if you're overweight, and health issues that can go with that. So yes, I think as a last resort, then for sure, and again under the supervision of a doctor, and potentially, I'm not sure about this, wholeheartedly, but when people are in an overeating situation, they can't break those habits. If you do something different for say 12 weeks, I think it's 12 weeks to form a new habit. So if, for example, you don't want to eat and you're not as, tempted to go and snack and eat things that you shouldn't be eating because it suppressed your appetite, then maybe it breaks that cycle of binging, potentially, as a psychological thing. But still, there are healthier ways. I think it just takes a little bit more input from you, a little more dedication.
Have you had clients where they have been on Ozempic but they've stopped Ozempic, and of course after that the effects of Ozempic have been they're gone? So all that they're doing is, of course, maybe binge eating, because as mentioned, the Ozempic effect is gone, and because they didn't lose weight the sustainable way.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know many people that are taking Ozempic, and like I said, I've managed to talk people around and try this first. We have this, enormous wall of transformations, these before and after pictures in all of our gyms, and I think that can be really inspiring to people. So showing people that it can be done a different way is the route I'm trying to go down, and I do hope that if people do go down, the Ozempic route, then it doesn't have a terrible, negative effect on them, and they can sustain it, and they've got themselves, because sometimes it's hard to make that change and to get there in the first place, but maintenance isn't as hard. Maintaining your body once you've achieved it is easier than, making those dramatic changes in the first place. So I think, yeah. fingers crossed that everybody's going to be okay.
There are healthier ways. I think that's where we'll leave it. Absolutely. If you're thinking about Ozempic, say no. If it's not an absolute health requirement. Sarah, Lindsay for Roar Fitness, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And that brings us to the end of the show on this Monday morning. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
And we'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.